Yay, my absolute favorite service ever, characo. And God, I really spent too much time on this. But it's a habit because it's one of my favorites, and it's as close to as I've ever gotten. Well, besides feedback rain, streams, and overnights, um, like full feedback rain of those. Besides that, this is the closest I get to my ideal career, which is basically getting paid to use my imagination and no silly ass micromanaging and trying to do someone else's idea and shit, which 90% of the time it's completely cliche. But yeah, so I get to just do what I think all concept design should be, but it's not. Like in a career, they should just let the people do their job, but they don't. So anyway, I love Cherico, and this client wanted, as you can see, front view, back view, no clothes. The name is Foxtrot, and you pick five colors, and female, slim, cute, and fox inspired. With hair, artist choice. No wings. With tail, artist choice. Plantigate, that means human, flat feet. And artist choice on etc. etc. And no genitals. And so, at when I do Cherico, I don't really have an idea. Like I never have an idea solidified, but and I only once I read the input that they put is when the idea forms like automatically from that. So I still try to make it a sketch by going fast and just going with the first thing that comes to mind. So and with this, I wanted her. I was gonna do a typical facial structure, but then I realized it was a typical facial structure, and so I did a more oval-ish shape. And you can see how fucked up her eyes are right here, but I changed that. And so immediately for lately, I've been wanting to do Afro textured hair because I rarely see it, and so uh, and automatically sometimes then idea just comes in that it's like fragmented in how it comes. Where while I'm doing it, I have like, oh, this would be a good idea, and then do it. And so that's why one of her pig, pigtails is chopped off, and I think at first I was gonna have her with 2 feet, but then I realized why not um, have her missing a limb? Because for the same reason that she would have 2 feet is the same reason why um, I figure she could be missing a limb. And uh, and I think, and there is a story, very loose. I figure she just lost it. Um, Maybe she was born like that or something like that. And I realized almost no, yeah, I got it right. Um, so with Cherico, excuse me, um, with Cherico, I try to the base sketch is actually I try to be finalized with it. For the most part, more so than with like stream sketch or overnight sketch, and um, because I know me, and I'll just keep. There's like so many possibilities with character designs, and with like one word, there's so many. So that's why I just have to make sure I pick one and stick with it. And so I thought it would be interesting to have, well, cool to be honest, to have her like kind of merge, like it's with the like the bone shows, and like with the bone showing. So that's why I'm like, maybe she was born with it, or she chewed it off, like caught in a trap, and that's how they it healed, and they didn't like, and she wanted it like that or something like that, maybe. But I'm just coming up with this now on the spot right now. So let's move on because I could keep going. But so um, this was actually late too. This was a late piece, unfortunately. Even though it's my favorite service, I can't be late because I know it will take a while. It will take longer than what it should because I'll get lost in it, and so that's why I think I'm trying to improve upon it though, and the vids help with that because it makes me sit down and do it like all at once. Except for this one, I had to leave and come home because I was somewhere else. So, but anyway, so I wanted her. So with Slim, I actually wanted her boobs. I think it's uh with small boobs. I think it's cute when the nipples are big and they have that look where they're small enough that they don't hang too much, but they're still upright. Like, and they have like the cushion and nipple is like fairly big, and it like kind of as if the nipple is a part of the meat of the breast. So I think that that kind of breast is cute, and I realized I never really do that, so that's why I tried to give it to her, to this character. I mean, um, let's call them they, because they're not supposed to have genitals. Even though I did want to give them breasts, but breasts aren't genitals. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so with the body type, yeah, you can see I slimmed the legs down because I realized I always do thick and voluptuous. So it's time to switch it up. Every time I realize I do something too much, it's like time to switch it up and go for what I don't do, or what I don't do often. So I probably could have made her slimmer, but yeah, here, and you can see, and I kind of gave her my butt. Not like my butt isn't that full, but um, the like crack is like that small crack. So I gave her that, and I gave them that, and oh, and the scar you could see. I figured so maybe she was in a fight and the person like chopped off her, or she was maybe like some kind of battle, or like a complete accident where whatever hit her like moved around her body like to the back, so like hit her kind of on the front and then went to the back, and that's why the scar connects like that from the front and the back. And see, with I do like scars on characters, and so that's why I try not to do it too often, um, cause that's like a it could be an easy cop out to make a character interesting. I mean scars, so you have to think of, so more challenge. It's fun to think that it's more challenging to not have any scars or tattoos and work with like just facial structure and like hairstyle and things like that. So but at the same time, it's good to do scars every once in a while. It's good to switch it up. Period. Like whatever with character design, just not to be too predictable with it. And that's really the goal with all characters for me, is to not be predictable, and is to do what I haven't seen often. That's the number one. And then if I do feel like I'm doing something too often, then I switch it up. But so with this, since it's late, I wanted to do uh, um, extra to make up for it, and that's what I do with if I'm late on Cherico adopts and tailor mades and they sketch, I do it extra to make up for it. I really hate being late, and but I am sometimes, and but I always try to make it up. Like the later I am, the more free art you'll get, basically. So I figured like that'll help balance things out, even though I hate being late in the general. But anyway, so with this first outfit, I wanted her to be. I wanted, damn, god damn it, I wanted them to be gangster, to be repping some gang, and so I wanted them like hood, um, hood nightlife of sorts. So she's dressed hood. I mean, they're dressed hood. God damn it, they're dressed hood. But yeah, you'll see. So when I do this, so if a client orders fashion, I first do the nude, and that's automatic. And then I do the fashion on top of it. And if I have multiples, I always just do the line art for all of them first, and then I go back and add color to them all. And with this outfit, I was thinking of, so their name was Foxtrot, and for some reason I automatically thought of the 50 dresses, and but I was like, but it's Foxtrot. Foxtrot is that old school 1920s, 1910s dance, right, or something. And but then I didn't want to do that kind of dress. I realized that that clothing was just from what I could remember. I didn't research see the sketch, so I didn't want to like spend too much time. So I just tried to go with memory, and with my memory said Foxtrot was only like rich socialite um, shit. So and I didn't want that for this character. I wanted something more casual, and so I I wanted it inspired by. So I wanted it inspired, and I thought it would be cool that her name's Foxtrot. Yet she dressed in this 1950s type thing, and I thought that would be fun. So and I I wanted it to be like a redesign of that style of sorts. So, because I hate doing I hate going off of what already exists. Like, because there's so many new ideas you could do. So why just keep repeating the same shit over and over? So, and immediately I thought of the tear in the stockings while I was doing the coloring for it. And this is me. Dang, that went by fast. But later you'll see the full color of that, because I did finish it before I started on. No, no, I didn't. Because I when I do uh see, I first I don't think of the coloring scheme. I don't even look at the coloring that they pick until after I finish the line art. And so and I don't color the outfits until I lay out the color for the nude, because I like it when the outfit actually matches and like plays off of the how the character is colored. So because if not, it's just lazy. Unless the character just have horrible fashion sense, then in that case, yeah, I won't have to. But this character has some fashion sense. So with Chericos, um I work with um like my version of the character, because I still maintain the rights of all my concept designs, and to for the client to own it outright, they have to like change like 70-75% of it, and I have to approve it. The reason I still own the rights to every single concept design I do is because what if someone uses it for like a movie or something and they make millions of dollars? I want some of that million. So, on a very, very off chance, then I want my cut. So that's why I maintain the right to all my just like as a precaution, and just because mainly what I think it was Neil Gaiman said. He was like, own your shit. So and I so I'm maintaining, I'm owning my shit. And so anyway, so back to, it went too fast for me to talk about the 50s inspired outfit. But anyway, so with this one, and I wanted to practice baggy as well. It's still fairly tight on her, like tighter at the top anyway. But I still managed to do some type of baggy there. And at first I was like, okay, what should she be? Should she be a crip? Or should she be something, or a blood? And I couldn't decide. And I just didn't like, well, I guess this coloring was okay, but for some reason I just wanted to explore the different possibilities. And like I could have left it just like this, but that just seemed too easy. I don't know, cuz I figure, okay, she's not human, and so what if her species, like their gang is like different? So it's still like it would be our equivalent of a crip, right? So I figured, so I kept going back and forth for like I think 30 minutes. I kept going back and forth with the coloring. And there's was a couple, like I really liked this one, the light blue, and I also liked that one, the see with the that type. So you see me going back and forth. And remember, this took 5 hours, and I speeded this up by 2,000. So I kept going back and forth, and this is what I decided on. And so she's still our equivalent of Crip. And yep. So there it is. And I like the color balances off of her colors, her actual skin tone, and I like how this works too. Um, yeah, I really like those outfits. And there's the back. And thank you so much. I love this, and I can't wait to do more. Thank you. Bye.